So the fact that you did that lets you know that it's the focus of your execution that actually allows you to do that, which will allow you to do whatever you want to do. So now when you set the next goal, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot for $250,000. Then you set the next goal and it's higher than the last goal. You're like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be my next goal. Boom, you set your goal. Then you do the shit. Look at what you're doing. You're doing shit that people find impossible to do.
All right, IG's up.
People
we're live over here
never
as
made
well.
$1,000. Like, understand what I'm saying? There's people that never made $1,000 in their account. We doing it. That's just what happens on the way.
On the way.
Because you gotta understand, you're starting from $100. You're gonna take the $100 to wherever you want to go at the end until you reach that goal. Along the way, yeah, 1,000 is there, 2,000 is there,
3,000 is there,
4, 5, all of these are there. Depending on your goal, 10,000 is there. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not about that at all. It's about the focus of your execution over and over again. Rinsing and repeating. This shit. Rinsing and repeating. And you want this to be like no thought involved in it at all. It's just what I do. I am MRMH.
it's just what I do.
I am stability in the market. You feeling what you want. You become it.
You become
That's
it.
what you do now.
You become it.
So, telling you, man. I know that, like a lot of this is new for so many people. So when something is new to you, for the first time, it's scary, it's exciting at the same time. Of course you're gonna celebrate when you do something for the first time. You never did it before. You're like, oh, I did that.
Never did
That's
it
what we're
before.
supposed to be doing. That's just part of it. That's that's the norm.
That's the norm. All right,
So-
so let's when you guys come on, please make sure that you like the video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not already. Let me move this up a little bit. Right there. All right, that should be good. All right, so IG is live. Make sure that you like the video, the stream, follow, and on YouTube, make sure that you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notifications, all of that good stuff. All right, I think something is bothering me a little bit, and I know what it is. All right, hold on a second. Where is it? The camera lens was foggy. Can't have that. Cannot have that. Is that better? Yes, it is. All right. That's better. Whoa. Almost flipped the whole thing over. Okay. Almost flipped it all over. All right, we good though. We're good to go. Some OCD. All right. OCD gang. All right, what's happening, y'all? So you make sure that you turn on your bell notifications when you subscribe and all of that. Let me fix this. All right, so let's see if we are positioned properly. It would appear so. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so we're back at it again. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. So let's see who we got in the building. Sadiq is over here on IG holding it down. It felt like he was falling. I've fallen and I can't get up. All right, so we got Jelani in the building. Maui Jeff is here. Ozzy's here. Jay Carly's in the building. Jerry Brown was happening. Ashton is in the building. All right, cool. All right. So we have a good topic today, of course. And this is more comfortable. Let me adjust this. All right, we're good to go now. So today's topic, and before I do that, let me just take a look at this timer. I can't tell if it's set properly yet. I need more time. I need to get closer to the end of the binary before I can make that determination. All right, so today's topic. Why is market behavior most important in trading? Why is market behavior most important in trading? The funny thing about any topic where I mention market behavior is that for many people, they don't even know what that means. They don't even know what market behavior is. And what's very interesting to me is that I discovered market behavior through observation. There was no pre-existing, there was no precedence for behavior and what it is, environment. These words were probably not often used, if at all, when it comes to trading prior to me discovering them through observation, at least not in the mainstream. I'm not saying that no one ever used the terminology or no one has been able to describe the market from the perspective. But what I can say with confidence is that, to my knowledge, no one before me has brought it into the mainstream thought. So now, market behavior, environment, this is terminology that people use because of us, because of TA. All right? Yes, that's a great word to use. Thank you, Ted. Ted said the architect. Very good word to use. So the fact that market behavior is something that was really revealed to me through observation. Mo, what's happening? By looking at the market really reveals itself. And I think this goes for anything. Like anything that you observe, it tells you everything about it through what it does, through how it does what it does. You know, like there's more to something that has action than just, oh, this is what it does. It's like, all right, this is what it does, but this is how it does it at different times. It might have one way of doing the same thing at a different time. It depends on the time. This is a good way to describe behavior because the market dictates when it will present certain behavior. You see? And because of that, whether you are in agreement with the timing or not, the market is doing what it's doing. It's like the market decides, not you. And this is a very important point because this will help you. It is going to help to save you from yourself and from making costly decisions when you trade. Once you accept that it's the market itself that determines when, it's the market itself that has revealed its behavior to you through your observation, and I'm speaking from my experience. It's the market itself. It's the market itself that decides how often, how frequently, how infrequently it's going to do what it does. In other words, the market has no guideline or rules for the way that it does what it does, for when it's going to do what it does, for how it's going to do what it does. There's no guideline for that the market tells you. You just have to know what it's doing at the time. You have to be aware of what it's doing at the time. And it's the awareness of the market and everything that comes along with that will put you in a powerful position because you're in agreement with whatever the market decides to do. You got to pay attention to this. Listen, the market still does what it wants to do, even if you don't agree. You understand that, right? It still does it. So if you agree, then now you don't create unnecessary and meaningless friction between you and the market. In other words, you don't just create problems because the market ain't going to have the problem. It's going to be you that has the problem. Think about that one. You ever notice how people will say, well, these are the rules. They're who rules? Whose rules are those? Because the market don't respect no rules. The market makes the rules. So this is what I'm saying about you accepting what it decides that it's going to do. Accepting the when, the where, the how, and the why. So the sooner that you become in alignment with the market, the sooner you can become in alignment with the market. What do I mean by that? In other words, you don't have to predict what it's doing. You see what it's doing. You know what it's doing. Because now it's obvious to you because you don't have any barrier between you and the market and what the market is doing. You see what I'm saying? You're not creating friction in between. You're not creating a problem. There's nothing in the middle of you and the market and what the market does. You are becoming a part of what the market does. You allow the market to be the market instead of you trying to put rules in the middle that you think the market is going to abide by. And the market is not going to do that. The market creates the rules. So this sounds very similar to the idea of not having expectations. It's like, well, what do you expect from the market? Nothing. I don't expect anything, so I'll see everything. Y'all got to catch this one today, man. Oh my goodness. I don't expect anything, therefore I see everything. Yo, this is going to be hard today. I can already tell. I need to get the Don DeMarco and all that up. I don't even got that up yet. I need to have that on deck because I already see where this is headed. Crazy. Crazy. So, because your decision making is based on something that you want. Like, in other words, you make the decision to take a trade because you want to make a profit from the trade. Right? And this is hard. Listen to this. You make the decision to take a trade because you want to profit. What if you're not making a decision for that reason? What if the only reason that you make a decision to take a trade is because the market gave you the decision to make? What if that's all you did? And we know that the market's never wrong. So therefore, if the market's never wrong and your decision is based on the market's decision, then you will never be wrong. This shit is hard today already. It's hard today. That's that's the first one. I give the first one right there. That's definitely the first one. Let me mute this live stream so I can turn this volume back up. That's the first Don DeMarco. Don DeMarco. Don DeMarco. So we're going to also talk about how this ties into confidence. Sadiq said, if you have full clarity, the market will see it. Bingo. Bingo. Janice, Bitcoin doing Bitcoin things. Good day to be. Holder, though, definitely is its own market. Yes. Yes. Yeah, Bitcoin has been, it's done well ever since March, ever since that drop. Yep, sure has. Ashton said, where's the collection plate? Jermaine, I'm hearing you mark this as deep. It really is, because the more that you think about what you're doing, and the more that what you do is in alignment with what the market is doing and showing and revealing to you, then you realize that now your decision making is not based on personal gain. It's like, it's so crazy to say that too, because it's like, well, we're here to trade and make money. We are here to trade and make money, but we're here to trade and make money by allowing it to just come to us. We're not trying to force our way to the money. We're not chasing the money. We're not chasing the bag. You see, you understand where I'm kind of separating the thought processes? We are not going to chase the money. We're going to focus on the process that creates the unlimited access to money. Listen to that. Focus on the process that creates the access with no limit to the money. And now the dynamic switches up, because now it's like you're in control of the money. Whoa, hold on. So you actually gain control of the money by submitting to the market. See, you want control of the money, but you don't know how to get that. You get control of the money by submitting to the market, because the market is the one that creates the process that gives you access to the money. And this is why people don't do it, because they have it flipped around. And instead of them submitting to the market, what they tell you that they're trying to do, hey man, I'm just trying, I want to beat this market. I'm trying to kill the market. You better watch what you say. You trying to kill the market? Don't even play like that. See, and sometimes people don't know better because this is just what they hear everyone else say. Are we killing the market? No, we're not killing the market. Not at all. We are in cooperation with the market. We're in submission to the market. Ain't nobody playing no games. We don't play with the market. So now what it does for us is, because you submit to the boss, you become the boss. Because submission opens the door for you to become a part of the process. It's like you're actually becoming the process now through your submission. Insanity. Today in the group chat, I had shared two videos. And I said, why am I so confident? Why was I so confident with these trades? That's what I'm talking about. So the confidence is what you need to do. The reason you're scared to do is because you lack the confidence. So it's like, well, man, I need to get my confidence right. You do. But you need to be clear on how to do that. Because the confidence is not a personal thing. The confidence is the actual application of the process. You can only apply what you know. You don't apply what you think that you know. You see the difference? You apply what you know. So that's why confidence is the application of the process. You have full confidence in what you're doing because you know that what you're doing is the process itself. That's all you do. There's no reason to doubt what the outcome is going to be. Why not? Because the process is the same every time. Therefore, the outcome is the same every time. And it's funny because I purposely also attempted to take one of the trades and make it look like this. Like, why did I take that trade? Like, I wanted you to say, well, I wonder why he took that trade. Because I want you to see what it looks like when you take a bad trade at the right time. Another tool that will help to push you out of the trade mode. If you're not concerned about the trade, that means you have to be fully confident in what the market is presenting to you at the time. You don't care about the trade, like literally, because you know that the market is simply manifesting what it is currently doing. Once you recognize what it is currently doing, the market will manifest. You don't have to try to force your way into a trade. You see, if the trade comes while the market is in manifestation, the outcome of the manifestation is going to be the same every time. Regardless, because the market is in control. We just said that. Market is in control of the money. And you submit it to the market. So you see when it's in manifestation to give you the money. This is a good one today. It's a good one. It's a good one. I know this is going to just help a lot of people, period. Like not just people in TA. This is going to help a lot of folks. Because people don't even understand that the market has behavior to begin with. The market has a pace it moves at various times. And you learning how to recognize all of these things is what puts you in alignment with the market so that you are less concerned until you're not concerned about the trade. Just think about having no concern about the trade when you take it. Like you're not concerned at all because you know that the market is in control of the outcome of the trade. And the same process leads to the same outcome every time. Come on, man. Payless, you're only wrong if your BS takes full control over your winning process. That's right. So that's called deviation. The only way to mess up is to deviate. That's a fact. Don said, from the words of a jiu-jitsu specialist, I know nothing, therefore I'm open to everything. Bam. Having no expectations. Crazy. Payless, entrepreneurs serve people well. We serve the market. That's why we are market kings and queens. Yes. Very good, Payless. Don said, kill the market, LOL. The market never wrote a check it couldn't cash. Not once. Not once. Birella, I find overtrading is an issue which is hard to shift from and stick to a few things. But because I'm used to trading many environments, and even though I know I should not trade certain times, but still do you have any remedies to suggest? Huh?
Just say no.
Lulu said, just say no. Say no, like who had that campaign? That was the Reagans, right? Yeah, that was Nancy Reagan. But rather that it's interesting that you know what you're doing wrong, and you try, and then you're asking, what can I do to not do it? Because you already know what to do. You don't overtrade. So in other words, like, for one, I think that you need to eliminate the various environments that you're trading in. Narrow them down, and I would say to isolate one and only trade in that one environment. And then focus on the behavior, the behavior in that environment that you know leads to profitable trades. And once you do that, you're right where you need to be, because it means that you're going to trade less automatically because you're not jumping around into trades in different environments and even with different behaviors, because you may not even realize that you're trading in different behaviors as well. If you trade in different environments, you automatically trade in different behaviors by default, because each environment has its own nuances of behavior. And you need to know what those nuances are and how they equal profitable trades. Like, the bottom line is always, what creates profitable trades? How does the market behave in this environment when it's creating a profitable trade? That's the question. So isolating yourself to one environment means that now you can focus on that one behavior that you know always produces profits for you when you trade. Does that make sense? So that's the first thing that you should do. And if you do that, you'll trade less. Because by default, being in one environment instead of 3 or 4 different environments means that you're also going to be limited to one behavior as well. So now you're not trying to trade in different environments and conditions and figuring out how to be profitable in all of them. Just focus on one of them and just be profitable in that one. It's kind of, the same idea as just being in one market. Like, don't look at 4 or 5 different markets at the same time. People be looking at the EU, the Aussie, the dollar yen, dollar CAD. They looking at everything, the pound. They just want to get a trade. you have to get out of trade mode. So really you're over trading because you're in trade mode. You're in trade mode, that's why you trade in all these different environments. You have to get further away from trade mode, get into market mode, and just stick to that. But that's a good question. Paley says, I realize market behavior is important in Forex and NADEX. They both require timing and understanding of behavior, even though they're totally different. Behavior is key. Yeah, because what it is that it's a different manifestation of behavior that you need depending on the way that you're trading. Like Forex has so many different ways that you can take trades that you have to narrow down how you want to take your trades. You got to figure that out. Then now you have a base because you're like, all right, I want to take swing trades. And then you can go from there. You can figure out the behavior that you know is going to lead to the right timing so that you benefit from the movement at the time. Instead of it happening later, you're going to get into the trade at the right time. It's kind of like with a Forex trade, how you can be right about the target, but you were wrong about the timing. And if you're wrong about the timing, you'll get into the first trade, lose the first trade, and then have to re-enter because the market ultimately does do what you thought it was going to do the first time. But the market decided not to do that yet. And that'll be the first trade that you take that gets stopped out first. You see what I'm saying? Like it's the same dynamic in Forex. So the whole idea is to avoid losing trades. You avoid that by recognizing the timing in the market. You recognize the timing in the market by knowing the behavior of the market. Crazy. Don said, there's no easy answer to overtrading. You have to understand the market is not going anywhere. Let go of job thinking because your job won't always be there. That's a great way to look at it. That's a great way to look at it. Yep. Barella, I said I was going to do 2 max trades per day, but then did a third and then fourth, which lost. Then I had to trade more to make up the loss. I recovered. She over there like, oh, poor baby. He said, I recovered and then said I won't do it again. But guess what? I did it again. So Barella, you clearly don't have control of yourself right now. So your problem is not even over trading. Your problem is your mindset. Just from what you're telling me, you have your focus is totally off. If you're saying that you only supposed to take 2, you end up taking 4, lose the 4th one, then you go into revenge mode, you way off. You just totally you all over the place. And you're going to end up burning out doing that. Not just you burning out, but your account going to get burned out. Because you keep losing, you're going to keep depleting the account. It's easy for you to keep blowing out accounts. That's easy to do. So especially if you're in revenge mode and you in lack of self-control mode. So you got to get out of that first. So my suggestion to you is just stop trading, period. You need to stop. Because you got to regroup and you need to get your mindset where it needs to be for you to execute your trade plan effectively. You can't execute nothing right if you know you're supposed to take 2 and then you take 3. That right there, or you deviated right there. And then had the nerve to take another one. You got to stop, man. Ashton says, sound like you need TA, Barella. Listen, that's right. Yeah, TA is Traders Anonymous too. It's also the answer. Whoa. Ashton said, been there, done that. He said, got the t-shirt. Yeah, I mean, see, because one of the biggest realizations is that you know that it's you and you just refuse to stop. When you realize like, yo, I can't stop, it's like you're starting to sound like an addict. And it's not that you're addicted to trading, you're addicted to not being in control. You keep not having control when you know that you can have control and should. So it's like, what's that? That's a conscious decision that you're making. Over trading is the consequence of your problem. Over trading is not the problem, though. There's a difference. Over trading is the result of your problem. Your problem is your mindset. You lack discipline. You definitely lack patience. You shift right into revenge trading mode. 301 mindset, man. 301 mindset. Matter of fact, let me get 301 mindset ready because I need to have this on deck to just hand it out. Like for real, you really need to watch 301 mindset every day. And you need to stop trading. Well, Mark, I'm not sure what I should do yet. Good. You shouldn't be sure what you should do yet because your mind is not clear. Your mind is foggy. When your mind starts to clear up, you'll know what you should be doing. That's it. That's it. Be still and know somewhere. You got to stop doing so much. That's the link right there, Barella, for the 301 mindset. Watch that video. It's going to help you. Don said, it seems like you're using greed to compensate as reward to your fear and doubt. Whoa. Crazy. Oh, thank you. Yes, turn the alarm on. My man. Sadiq is on it. I thought it was on, though. I thought I heard it. You didn't hear it go off yet? I could have sworn I heard that alarm go off. I guess not. Oh, excuse me. Don also said greed can have reward, but hence with fear, the bigger the bag, the bigger your fear. Yes. Yep. And that's how like people are scared and greedy at the same time. You scared to trade, you scared to lose, but you're scared of that because you're greedy first. So it's like you want, but you don't want to give up to get. You don't want to give to receive that. That's what greed is. It's like, I just want to receive. Well, you can't just receive. So in order to get to the level that you're trying to get to financially, it means that you must be doing a process that's going to produce the same result each time. And you know that you don't have that. You knowing you don't have that is the reason that you're scared. Heavy. That's a hard pill to swallow. I know. Knowing that you don't have that yet makes you scared. But it doesn't do anything for the greed either. You still want it without giving anything to get it. So in order to access the process that you know will work repeatedly, it means you have to give up the nonsense that you're doing. You have to stop. Are you willing to stop? Are you willing to give that in order to receive what you really want? That's the question. That's it. Asher said, patience must be concord. I concur. Barella, I think I always feel the urge to rush, so need to slow down, but find it difficult, but getting hammered is slowly forcing me to slow down. But worried once I start winning again, then go back to overtrading. You have to get your mindset before you trade again. Otherwise, you'll repeat that. So just the fact that you're saying that you are afraid to do that means that's what you do each time. You go on a winning streak, and then you want more and more and more. A winning streak is temporary. That's why it's called a streak. It's a streak until it breaks. Then when it breaks, you're broke. It breaks, but you broke. You want to keep doing that? You can easily keep doing that. Just keep doing it. That's what you've been doing the whole time, up to now. So if you really want to rectify it, it's like, listen, you got to take the medication for the actual problem, not for the symptoms of the problem. Overtrading is a symptom of your real problem. Don said, imagine lottery winners where they got a big surprise bag. No wonder they mess it up. Very true in so many cases. He said there's no process to win the lottery. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Very well said. He said, Barella, it seems that you know how to win, but it's an unwinning pattern that you keep repeating. Right. And see, that's another thing too. A lot of times you think that you winning means that you know how to win. Sometimes you winning is a winning streak. The same way that you can flip a coin 10 times and you hit heads 8 out of 10 times. Every time you flip head, you're like, oh man, I'm nice. I'm good at this. Until tail comes. You can't explain why it was heads 8 times. How you going to explain why it was tails 1 time? If you can't explain why, then it's a coin flip. And that means that you're not going to be able to build your career long-term off of that. And what are you here for? If you're just here for the short-term winning streak, you get those. You already do that. And it's a winning streak until you do your nonsense and then you lose it all. And then you repeat and you do it again. Why do that? So if you really want to stop doing that, you'll stop. You'll stop. And you're saying certain things that's like, oh, I'm trying to figure it out. You don't have to try to figure it out. We know what the problem is. You have to make the decision to stop. There's no figuring out anything now. You already know. You got to stop. That's what you have to do. So you either want to do that or you don't. And that's it. And I know that sounds like, man, it's rough. It's not that rough. You make it rough because you're not deciding. You got to make the decision to just stop. It's just like how some people just go cold turkey with a bad habit. Some people just stop smoking. They don't need Nicorette, the patch. They be like, you know what? I ain't smoking no more. And they never pick up another cigarette again. Yeah, they cough up, a black blob. Be like, I'm not smoking no more. It's just, you know what I mean? So you like, don't let it get to the black blob. You don't want to be coughing up part of your lung before you seek out the medication. The medication is already there. It's called stop. Ozzy said TA vaccine is ready all day. Sharonda, what's up? Don said if you keep seeing the same winning pattern, but then I'm thinking that your loss is from a throwaway trade mentality. It's a non-winning pattern, period. Because it's like, even if you know what you're doing and you winning, it's like, well, why would you do anything except that? So if it really was that, then you would always win no matter what. But it's not that, which means that the winning that you do experience is a streak. And it's only a matter of time before you break the streak. So you don't want winning streaks. You want to really have a solid foundation with what you do. That way you can just continuously repeat that process over and over again, and then you'll have access to the money that the market is ready to give to you. And that's it. Don said, oh yeah. That's what I just read. Yeah, he did hit it on the head. And that's so there you have it. You like you're saying the key word. You're saying in the moment it's hard to control. Of course. So stop being in the moment. Stop. Again, we're back to the medication. What's the medication called? It's called stop. You're gonna have to stop. You don't want to stop, but you have to in order to correct what you're doing. Because otherwise you're gonna keep doing it, Barilla, and that's it. So I hope that you're comfortable with knowing that if you don't stop, you'll keep doing it. That's it. That's it. That's all it is. Don says, see, in the moment, like you said, because you want to take another trade, you know you shouldn't be taking. Bingo. Bingo. And Bilal says, stop in the name of love. Yo, that is hilarious. Stop, side to side. Round and round, dip it down. Let me see you do. What he said? Let me see you do the love swing? The love slide? Yeah, they all know. They know all of these songs. They know about all of this. Trust me. Stop in the name of love. I'm sure he wasn't. But you were not talking about the Supremes, correct? Just to verify. But so Don said that will eliminate a lot of frustration, guaranteed. 100%. 100%. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. And see that's another thing too about frustration. Kalisha, what's up? Right. So D said you stop, take twice a day. You know what? 3 times a day. 3 times a day after meals. Oh man. You know one of them kids did that. Yeah, so Bilal, he said he don't know. He just know there was a song that was a hit. Well, I think the song you talk about, Bilal, is called "Step in the Name of Love" by Kells. But you use "Stop," so it just fit. Don said, I always hear poker players say, I know I shouldn't be playing this hand. Right. Yep. But I'm going to stop and stick to max 2 trades. First, I'll take a break, but thanks all for your kind and harsh words. It helps to talk. Yeah, sometimes you need to hear strong words because you just need to be spoken to like that with authority. You know, otherwise you'll continue on a path that you don't want to remain on. You know, there's a part of you that don't want to do it, and there's a part of you that does. Yep, but you'll be all right. Don said, by human nature, our brains aren't meant to focus on one thing too long without lapse in bad decisions. Right, and that's why you have to do so much to not allow that to kick in, because this is what repetition and affirmations and stuff do for you. It helps you to maintain focus. It's like it's one thing to be focused for a period of time, but it's like, how do you stay focused all the time? How do you do that? Affirmations, repetition. It's the repetition that allows you to stay as focused as you possibly can be. Oh my goodness. Lulu was right.
What?
He was talking about the Supremes.
Who?
The one, because they did stop. And yeah, he was talking about that. My bad. My bad. Lulu wins again.
I could have done the number.
You get a Don DeMarco. Just for that, you don't get a Don DeMarco. Now I'll give you a little stink Don DeMarco. Go ahead.
Don DeMarco. Don DeMarco.
Don said, I know one of the best poker players who make his money takes an hour break to refresh his mind. Wow. And yeah, that is the answer. Limit your focus time. Yep. Jay Carter said, not the stink down to Marco. Yeah, she get her little stinking Don DeMarco. That's right. All right, so Bilal, he telling his age too. He took it back to the Supremes on us. I tried to bring you at least to the 90s. Oh, snap. Yeah, that's what it is. Yep. Jay Carly said, Lulu didn't know that when we say we deserve one, we don't get it then. But apparently we get the stink one when we say. Oh, snap. Yeah, because I clearly had Kels in my head when he said it. That's why I was like, oh, snap. Yep. So right now I'm looking also back and forth at the market, and currently the EU is in a nice and slow environment, and I'm also seeing that it does have stability present as well. So, again, like just being well in tune with the market, its behavior, the timing of what it's doing. The more that you observe, the better at this process you become, because this is a process that we use. People think that, oh, he has a good strategy. It's like, listen, say strategy one more time. Yes, Sadiq, exactly. Yes, step in the name of love, correct. Yeah. Oh yeah, I had one to ask you about the Aussie. And if you're noticing any differences between the Aussie and the pound. She said almost 4 days in, much calmer, and the frustration is gone. She said, I just had to Jedi myself. Jelani said, I can't say the same for the GU. Jelani is married. He married at the hip. So that's interesting. Oh, you said the option pricing is way different? Interesting. Interesting. So what you mean by that? When you say it's different, you mean like it's more stable, less stable, less erratic? Is it, what is it? Because out of curiosity, I want to know just the differences and a nuance such as that, because we know that is one. Option pricing is definitely a nuance, just by itself. She said, I'm going to give it the full focus that it needs now. Very good. Ramon said, divorce rate of the GU is at an all-time high. She said it doesn't seem to move much. It's much more stable. Matter of fact, I haven't seen it unstable yet. Really? So you're saying that when you have favorable pricing and things are in position, that you have pricing for longer, or got you? All right. So I understand exactly what you're saying. She said, so what happens is that it's either out of position or out of sync. Got you. I understand what you mean. The dollar yen does a lot of that also. She said the pricing doesn't really stay in line. The pricing stays way past the 30. And then it comes in and out. Right. Right. And when you say in and out, like it goes completely out and then comes back in. Yep. Yeah. And Ashton, you see a lot of that, I'm sure, also in the dollar yen. And I think Sadiq is also in the dollar yen. So the nuances that you're making reference to, I would say, are probably the most predominant in those markets, the Aussie and the dollar yen in particular. EU looks really good right now. Right now, it is out of position though, but it looks good. EU looking good. She said, I'm like, wait, so I'm sure it's all nuances. I just need to learn them is all. Jelani said the GU had its moments last night where it was some stability, but it didn't sync up. Got you. She said, but I love it actually. I'm so happy that I moved. Okay. Okay. See, now, when you guys hear me talk about being in one market and not jumping around, that doesn't mean you can't switch to another market. But you cannot switch to another market if you don't do it for the right reason. Does that make sense? I forbid you to switch to another market if it's for the wrong reason, okay? But if your reason behind switching is valid, then go ahead and do it. Know exactly why and know exactly what you're moving to. And that's fine. Just like if you tell me, Mark, I'm in the dollar yen, but I'm gonna switch to the EU because that's the market you're in. That's a valid reason. Because what you're saying is, I want to be able to see the same market that you're looking at. I want to be able to follow along with what you're looking at. That makes perfect sense. Go ahead and switch to the EU. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So as long as your reason for switching to a different market is valid, do what you do. But it can't be, this right here, don't do this and don't do that. That can't be the reason why. It's not. You don't switch because you think you're going to get more trades in a different market. You should switch if you feel like you're more in agreement with the behavior of another market, or the way that behavior plays out, I should say. Because no matter what market it is, the process is the same, and trade opportunities are available every single day, no matter what. You may not have been up for it. You might have been asleep. You know what I'm saying? You may not have been around at the time. But that's not to say that there were no opportunities. You ain't up 24 hours a day, 23 rather. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, if it's for the right reason, or by all means, and I've always said that. I'm not just saying that now. I've always said that. So again, just so that you guys are clear, don't jump around to different markets. Just decide on one that you feel is the most comfortable for you, and then go with that and stay there. Don't do nothing else. Sadiq said, nah, I moved to be with the group. So Sadiq, you're in the EU now. Just confirm that. IG gonna cut off, but I'm gonna come back on. You're in the EU? Yes? 15 seconds to respond. 10 seconds. IG is so delayed. Like the chat is slow. You can respond when you come on. Oh, all right, there it is. Yes. All right, I'm coming back on. Instagram is ill. They give you an hour and just cut it off. They're like, nah, you ain't gonna be holding up all this bandwidth.
You can't convey what you have to convey.
In an hour.
And now, too bad.
Right, they're like, listen, go live again.
I know that's why I said it.
How's the pizza?
It's good. We left you 2 slices.
You're funny. You left me 2 slices.
It was 8 slices.
I'm supposed to get the big piece of chicken, man.
It's 8 slices.
I'm supposed to get the big piece of chicken.
Are you on that thing?
Yeah. Why, you gonna respond to that?
No. That's what I'm talking.
Oh,
Don't go tea after this. Don't take it.
you like that sweet tea. That sweet tea is good, ain't it?
Don't drink before. That's why
Don't drink no more. That's why you're gonna be up all night.
Yeah. 7:85, almost 5 o'clock. When you're drinking tea.
Yep. You can only drink tea when you sleep. If you can't figure out how to drink it while you sleep, you can't have none. Because you're going to be up all night if you drink it any other time. All right, so IG is back. All right, there we go. All right, so Jelani said the GU didn't have any stability today. Ramon, EU looking real good. J. Carly, I was confident in the stability and hit that place sort of, but didn't get filled. So I know that once I learn them, then I will start getting filled. She said the market definitely tells you when it's go time. She said, yes, took the words right from me. Of course. Right, don't switch around willy-nilly. Struggle with this decision for 6 months. Yep. Ramon, same here. J. Carly, struggled with it until I had enough of the nonsense. Yeah, because Ramon, you in the EU now too, right? It's funny because I always thought Ramon was always in the EU, but no, I think he was in the GU first and then switched. She said, and I don't flip the script. I made the decision that was best for me, and I won't switch to another pair next week. Right. Like, don't switch because you ain't get a trade for 3 days. There we go. There we go. Ramon, but Mark made me realize that there are deeper levels to this skill that we haven't achieved yet. Once we reach that level, the market won't matter. That's a fact. And of course, that's what I'm always trying to push everybody towards. But I do want you personally to make things the easiest that it can be for you. So if that means moving to a market that you feel is more compatible with you, then you do that. Yep, you do that. Nico, what's up, man? Kalisha back over here. Charlie Chill, what's good? Don said 5-minute binaries demand a one market focus. Usually Forex traders look at multiple pairs, especially if there's longer term traders. I agree. Jay Carter, the GU was making me hate the market based on my very limited observation time. Now that I have more time, that frustration was a hurdle. And I only looked back at the GU once and I was like, nah, we divorced. Right, she's like, no, it's over now. It's over. Jelani, I don't think I have a valid reason to switch. If I switch, I would feel that I'm showing lack of patience with it. I believe it will come around eventually. And remember, Jelani, you also have you have a different level of discipline also. Like Jelani, his discipline is like a retard. Like it's not regular. It's not normal at all. And I'm talking about just from the beginning. Like when he first started training, I just remember certain things that he always did. Like how long he remained on demo before he even went to live. It takes a lot of discipline to do that. And very few people have that, but he's one of them. Siddiqui, I've been in the EU for 3 days between live training and morning studies. I elevated. Okay, very good. So Sadiq in the EU, Ramon in the EU. Ashton, you still in the dollar yen? Kalisha, what market do you observe? Yeah, matter of fact, everybody tell me what market y'all look at. Matter of fact, everybody, what markets are y'all watching, or you're trading, or you're looking at? So Ashton says, yep to the dollar yen. Is that what I even asked? I forgot what I asked. Al said he's in the pound. Sherilyn EU, Jeffrey EU. Otis is in the yen. Kalish is in the EU. Liza's EU. Bilal is EU. All right, so Ashton is the dollar yen. All right, cool. Very good. So it sounds like there's only one person left in the pound. Well, no, two. Al and Jelani, that's it. Everybody been left. I didn't even realize that, but it's cool. It's cool. And I kind of expect people to either select the EU or the pound, because when you come into training, you watch 301, I'm in the pound. So you might think that that's what I'm trading now. So I would kind of expect, all right, that's why you selected the pound. You know what I'm saying? But once you attend live training or you engage in a group and then you see I'm in the euro, you know, then I would understand why you would be in the euro. So he said, Ramon said, I'm in the market where the box works. Yo, I don't know what it is about that box. That box is crazy though. That box yesterday on live training, man, oh man. Matter of fact, speaking of the box, the EU's doing it right now. Draw a box around the biggest one right now that you see, out of the last 2 binaries, and just take the box over and tell me that it don't fit in there. Straight insanity, man. Insanity. Yeah, this stuff works though, man. Charlie say he trade the NASDAQ. What's the NASDAQ? What is that called on NADEX? Is that the oh man, I forgot what it's called on NADEX. Hold on, let me see something. Markets. Is it the US Tech? The NASDAQ is the US Tech? I think it's the US Tech, if I'm not mistaken. So Charlie, sound like you trade probably hourlies. Or maybe the I don't know if you can trade those in the 20 minutes. The 20-minute binaries. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. The tech, okay. Yep. Jerry Brown is in the EU. Mike is in the EU. Sadiq said, we calling you, Ashton. Liza said last night's session was a big searchlight. That's hard. Yeah, last night was amazing. I started getting into talking about like confidence and how you really develop confidence. See, listen, the reason that you'll win is not because you're confident in a trade that you're taking. The reason that you'll win consistently is because of confidence. You have confidence when you have the ability to repeatedly apply the same process over and over again. Doesn't that make a lot more sense? So like if I ask you, all right, were you confident in that trade? When you elevate, the way you respond to that question is different. Because what you'll say is like, I wasn't confident in the trade. I have confidence because of the process that I use. I already knew the outcome of the trade. You see the difference? That's different. That's a different level. So having confidence, or being confident in the action, meaning, oh, I'm confident in this trade, I'm going in. That's based on the trade. Having confidence in the process that you do means you just do the process. That's confidence. It's automatically done. You don't think about it. Like you don't have to say, oh yeah, I'm confident in this one. This trade looks good. You don't go around when you're trading saying this trade looks good. This looks like a good one. Your whole dialogue changes and shifts. The way you sound is different. Because you're beyond that. You're so far beyond that it's like, well, nah. The trade was there. It was given to me. So I just did it. Not, oh, I was confident in the trade. No, the market handed the trade over to me. Everything was in alignment. Bang. And then the outcome's the same, winner. Like you see? So now when you have confidence now you free. Why? Why are you free when you have confidence? Because every time that you are in the market, in a trade, the outcome is the same. You're not afraid to do anything now. You're not afraid to scale up your contracts. You're not as afraid of the trade even when you see the trade. I be in a trade and the market sometimes moves against the position. And I still be just sitting there like this. I know the outcome's going to be the same. And then you see the market move right back. Not to say, oh, well, look, this is how good I am, man. I know how to pick these trades. It's not that I know how to pick the trades. I know how to recognize the right time. So if the time is right, there's a reason that the market behaves the way that it does at the time. So even if you took a bad trade, it wouldn't matter. You're getting further and further away from the trade mode. You're in alignment with the market, so the confidence is there automatically because all you're doing is repeating the process. That's what creates the confidence. You're confident, you just do it when it comes. That's confidence. Like, oh man, look how he just did that. In other words, not look how he picked that trade out. Look how he just did what he does. Not afraid at all. Why would I be afraid when I know it's just a process that I'm doing over and over again? Ain't nothing to be afraid of. So you're just learning how to just constantly apply the process. That produces the trades that lead to the same outcome each time. A win. Profits. It's always the same outcome. So it's not that, oh, well, nobody wins all their trades. Well, I'm not taking trades. Whoa. I'm not even taking trades. What I do is beyond taking trades. I don't have to take trades. They come to me. There's levels to this, man. See, it's just levels in your thoughts and in the way that you think about what we do. And when you reach that level where it begins to click, it's like, wow, I understand now. And then you start to do. Now your execution reflects the conditioning, all of this training that you do every day, all of this engagement, all of this plugging in that you do. It pays off. It's not paying off because you finally winning trades. It's paying off because you finally developed the confidence that you need to win trades. And the confidence is in the process. That's why you're confident. Not confident in the trade, confident in the process. Crazy, man. That's a good question. Paley said, what's the hardest live on YouTube that you've done yet? It's the St. Valentine's Day massacre. You know what was ill about that? In the St. Valentine's Day massacre, it was called that because it was on Valentine's Day. And the name of it was Killing Your Fear. That's where 301 Mindset came from that live stream. So literally on Valentine's Day of this year, that's where that training, the 301 Mindset training, was born from that. It's literally clipped out of that live stream. Crazy. %. Nigo says, so much better on the observation, you're going to elevate faster, gonna see more. Yep. He said, welcome to the EU. Oh, man. Yep. And I can't disagree with that, J. Carter said, and literally every live for the past 5 weeks or so. Yeah, like it's to the point now where I can't pick up like which one's the best one. It's like they all the best. Like right now, this one I'm doing now is the best one because I'm doing it now. It's crazy. Ramon said, calm down, Mark. You're going down to Marco up out of here. You can feel the walk off coming, right? Oh man. Yeah, but that's good though. That's good. That's a good question. But yeah, that's my answer, definitely. Whatever live I'm doing is the best one because it's in real time. Yeah, but these have been really so like educational. I think Ashton had brought my attention to an old educational series video. And he was talking about like the title of the video. And he was like, yo, like these titles are timeless. And I thought about that and I'm like, yo, he's right, because a lot of the things that I used to talk about, now I get an opportunity to talk about them more because we're live every day. Like you see how much content this is. Like every day is a different topic and each one is like crazy. Every day is like this. It's like the elevation it just keeps taking you higher and higher. And understand that people think trading is about trading. Trading is about mindset. Because what do you want from trading? It's like, what you looking for from trading? Why are you trading? What do you want? If you just want to make money, people make money doing like trading. You could do that. And if you're not in control of your greed and you don't have any self-control, guess what will happen after you make money? You'll lose it. So what is it that you want? People make money in trading all the time. Just like the conversation we were just having with what was his name again? What's his name? Start with a B. Barella. Conversation we were just having with Barella. Barella admitted, he was like, yo, when I'm in the moment, I can't stop. So it's like, all right, if you're gonna do that, what is it that you want from trading? What do you want trading to be for you? Because it'll be that for you if that's what you want. The habits you create are going to determine what it is that you want. If you want something different, like freedom, you're going to have to change your habits up. Period. And you're going to have to do that before you start trading again. It's just like how some people think that training is, you want me to watch 301? Okay, cool. Oh, I watched 301. So what should I do next? That's not training. Training is 301. What should I do next? Watch it again. All right, I watched it again. What should I do next? Watch it again. Okay, and after I watch it, then what? Watch it again. That's training. Because you have to do that in order to begin the process in you. There's a conditioning process that needs to take place inside of you in order to transform you into what you want the market to provide for you. Whatever it is that you want from the market, you have to become that. Whoa. So if you want money, you got to become the bag. How do you do that? The skill is the bag. All right, I gotta chill. Gotta relax. You gotta become what you want from the market. Yo, come on, man. Like, just think about all of this stuff that we talk about every day. Does this make sense or not? The reason that it makes sense is because it's true. If it wasn't true, it wouldn't make sense. It would just be me talking. Nah, man, it makes sense. Off the wall, MJ. Come on, man. Ramon said 301 should be followed with questions, not what should I watch next. Bam. Bam. And then it's like, all right, look at what you have. So you watch 301, you watch 301 Mindset, now you have questions. Well, where do you get your questions answered? You might get a notification from a live stream. You come on here, you get your questions answered. If we're not on here, the group chat is up 24/7. You got access to that all day. If you can make it to live training, come on live training, get your questions answered. Oh, well, Mark, I think I might need some one-on-one time. Come on live training and unmute. There's your one-on-one right there. Everything that people be asking, oh, well, Mark, do you do this? How can I do that? So if I got a question, how do I get my question? Look how much you have. And this is what I'm saying about, well, how bad do you want it? Because look what you got access to. You got live streams every day. Instagram, YouTube up every day. About to have a podcast. About to be on Facebook Live as well. So that's every day. Live training every night. Group chat 24/7. The recordings. So if you missed the live training, you can play it back. Then you got 301 every day. It's like you have so much. It's almost like people don't realize how much they have. There's 701 training videos in the playlist. I don't expect you to watch every training video. You don't have to. Just trying to watch from 301 to 701 is 400 trainings. Listen to what I just said. Just from 301 to yesterday's live training is 400 trainings. And all of them is packed with nuggets. All of them is packed with answers. All of them is building on 301 in the foundation. Every one of them. Plus, you have 301. Plus lives. Group chat. I'm like, where you at? You realize where you at, right? There's no shortage of nothing. So if you want it as bad as you are claiming that you want it, get it. Come get it. Come get it. I'm like, yo, and this goes for people even not in training. All right, you're not in training. How many YouTube lives are there? Let me get the exact number. Hold on. I need actual numbers. 386 was 386 yesterday, or was that 387? It's so many. It's so many damn. It's so much of this is ridiculous. Like literally, it's just retarded. It's like, what do you want? What do you want? What are you looking to do? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? What was yesterday's? Yesterday's was 387. So this was 388. So 388 lives on YouTube. 388 lives. Hour and a half, 2 hours, some of them. All nuggets. All educational. Before you even come into training. Plus you have 301 mindset. You're not even in training yet. What are we talking about? I just explained you have to have the mindset first before you decide to start trading. Your mindset got to be ready to trade because you only in trading to be successful and to be profitable. You're not in trading just to trade. You're not there to make some money and then lose it, are you? No. So what is it that you're trying to do? You trying to build a career? You trying to build a business? What you here for? So whether you in TA, you not in TA, whether you in training or not, how bad do you want it? Just insanity, man. I'm going to get my pizza. I'm out.
Down the Marco, down the Marco.